Hello everyone, this is Globku and I'm bringing you an achievement overview of Darksiders. We're gonna be covering all of the achievements for this game. If you want to skip to a specific achievement, click it right now. You've got 3 seconds. 2, 1. Let's do that! Darksiders has 43 achievements, 7 of which are secret. Regardless of them being secret or not, we're gonna split the achievements into the following categories: certain, missable, collectibles, grind, and shop. With that in mind, let's get started. There are 21 achievements that cannot be missed if you complete the story, which are the achievements on the screen right now. You will also get 1, 2, or 3 other achievements depending on the difficulty you played. For example, if you played on normal, you'll get both balance restored and you call that easy achievements. So these are the ones you don't have to worry about. Let's check out the rest. Through the story there are some achievements that you might miss. None of these achievements are hard, they are just missable if you're not paying attention. Open air parking is the very first achievement you can get in the game. Right at the start, during the apocalypse, the game will try to teach you to go into chaos form. You don't want to do that, because you need to pick up a car, and a big demon doesn't pick up cars. Beat this guy in your normal form, you've got plenty of health at the start to get hit. Move forward around the corner up to the point where there will be a short cinematic of the ground falling behind you. Pick up a car, look up immediately, that's the only helicopter you get. If you miss that, restart the game. Later, at the choking grounds, when one of the giants asks you to break his curse, you will face a couple of challenges. These are ideal to get High Flyer and Devastator. The challenge you see on the map right now is the one used for High Flyer. There will only be 4 dusk bats at the start, but once you kill them, another 4 will spawn. You can easily jump from a bat to another, and if you think you're not gonna reach the next bat, you can always glide a bit. If you miss this, just restart at the latest checkpoint. For Devastator we used a different challenge. This one will feature zombies. Try to lure them all to the same place. You need to hit 10 of them with your Blade Geyser attack. Once you think you've got 10 together, go for it. If you think you're not gonna make it, just quit the game, restart from the last checkpoint, you'll be right at the start of the challenge. The story will eventually take you to this Griffin-type beast. To unlock Aerial Predator, you need to kill 160 enemies while on this beast. 160 isn't that much, I got it on my first run. The trick would be to hold the fire button to mark multiple enemies, so even if they go off screen you still kill them. If you really want to be sure you get this achievement, save the game as soon as you get on the beast. That way you can just go back to it if you missed it. Who's Counting is our final missable achievement. After you meet Ulthane and have a little fight, there will be a long sequence of you and him fighting against the angels. Plucking pigeons as they call it. My final score on Apocalypse difficulty was 47 to 32. A pretty good lead, I like to think. Don't be afraid of stealing his kills, he won't complain. And when you get the weapon Redemption, it will give you a huge advantage, since you can kill angels pretty fast with it. It can be tough on your health, so make sure you always have cover nearby. Once again, if you want to be sure you get this achievement, save the game as soon as you see the counters on top of your screen. Moving on to collectibles. This game has quite a few of them, but they don't really feel like collectibles at all because they actually give you upgrades. Starting with full power, which is to collect the maximum amount of life stones. Some life stones you get as you progress through the story, others as you hand artifacts to Vulgrim, but most of these are actually hidden around the world in chests. Wrath of War? Exactly the same, but instead of life stones you'll be collecting Wrath Cores. World Raider is to collect all 27 artifacts, and finally Legendary Form is to collect the Abyssal Armor set, which you get after finding 10 Abyssal Armor pieces. The best way to go around is not to look for a guide for the artifacts, then a guide to the armor pieces, because sometimes they'll be right next to each other. So I'm gonna give you several location guides, that is, guides that tell you where all types of collectibles are in a certain location. Here's a bunch of annotations for you, go check them out. On grind achievements, we're gonna start on the easy and moving on to the hardest. Slayer requires you to kill 666 demons. You can track your kills on the stats, but bear in mind that kills also count the angels, and the achievement is on demons only. You should be getting this achievement around 750 total kills. It comes very naturally during the story, but I don't even think you can miss this achievement if you play the whole story. But if somehow you managed it, go to the stats to track your kills. River of Blood, same thing. You can track it on the stats menu, but I don't really think you can complete the game without shedding that much blood. So, yeah. Treasure Hunter is also an achievement that should come naturally. Now that you know that there's an achievement for 150 caskets, open every one you see. Even if your health and wrath are full, open wrath and health caskets. Because why not? If you do that, you should get this before the end of the story. If by any chance you don't get it, you can go treasure hunting before the final boss. There's really no way to track improvised kills unless you write it down on a piece of paper every time you kill an enemy with an item from the environment, I guess. I personally like to alternate between Crossroads and the Scalding Gallows, since there are many weak enemies around there and there are cars all over the place. That is, if you don't get this achievement naturally over the story. For Battle Hardened, you need to max out the Scythe and the Tremor Gauntlet. Chaos Eater does not count for this achievement. You also need to get the Armageddon Blade, which you will for sure late in the game. Weapons level up every time they hit something, and they get extra experience if you get some large combos. A good place to farm experience would be in the Iron Canopy. There are some rooms with lots of spiders which can get you some pretty big combos. It is also recommended that you have War's Glory equipped on the weapon you're leveling up, which can also be found in the Iron Canopy. Check the Collectibles guide for that location if you want to know exactly where. For this achievement you also need to buy all the weapon moves from Volgrim. Horseman requires you to kill 150 enemies from your horse. Now there is a glitch in the game that can be exploited in the Ashlands. If you jump down this tower, it will spawn 2 enemy horsemen. If you keep jumping, more keep spawning. So you can use that for your horseman achievement. And finally, Dark Rider is to ride 100 miles. Fuck this achievement. Seriously, you will take forever to do this. Here's what I recommend you do. You buy a controller, you buy a rubber band, and you just rubber band the left analog stick so the horse runs by himself, and then you go do your life. Go to sleep, go out, go to the beach, go do whatever you do, and leave the horse running at home, because this achievement takes forever. Seriously. There are 2 achievements you can get from buying stuff from the Volgrim's shop. One is to buy the Scythe for 1000 souls. Pretty easy. And another for buying all the Wrath powers. You don't even need to max the level of the powers, just buy every level 1 for the achievements. There's one final achievement that doesn't fit in any of the categories. The achievement is called BFA, and it's described as Unlock Everything. You'll get this achievement once you've completed all the others. Basically, get all the achievements and you get 1 extra. And that has been all 43 achievements for Darksiders. I hope you found this video useful. I've been Globku from magicalnoob.com, and I wish every single one of you a very pleasant day.